Good morning, all, depending when you're watching this. Good afternoon, good evening, or good night. My name's Ross, and as always told, Out of Voice Radio. So today, I am bringing you news of some rather exciting new energy cards that we're getting. And they're basically just like the old blend energies. Now, we're getting two of them. One of them is going to provide either fire or water or grass, one of any of the three types of those. And the other one is going to provide metal and psychic and lightning. I say and, I mean or, one at a time. Now, the important thing is that like rainbow energy and counter energy, and like the old blend energies, they only provide those energies when they are attached. Otherwise, they are just colourless energy. Now, although we only have these two for the moment, I think it's incredibly safe to assume we will be getting a Fighting Dark Fairy new blend energy in the very near future indeed. There are 10 energy types in the Pokemon trading card game, but Dragon doesn't really count because there's no such thing as Dragon energy, just Dragon Pokemon that use regular energy. Therefore, I think it's fairly safe to assume we will be getting a Fighting, a Dark, and a Fairy. Now, some people have pointed out quite rightly, hang on a second, the old blend energies had 4 types each. These new blend energies only have 3 types each. That's fair enough, except when the old blend energies came out, there was no fairy. So we had 8 types of energy. So it made sense to do 2 cards that had 4 on each. Now that we do have Fairy, we've got 9 types of energy, so it makes sense that we would have 3 cards, each of which have 3 types of energy. I know it's upsetting that they're slightly less adaptive than the old blend energies, but it does make a lot more sense than trying to put 4 on each, because then what do you do with the last type of energy? Now, I should mention these were revealed on Facebook by the RappelmannTCG, David Hockman himself. So let's have a quick look at each of these in turn then. In terms of the fire, water, grass energy, well, this could potentially allow Golisopod to play something like Volcanion. That way it would still work for First Impression, but it could be used for Power Heater on a Volcanion. The problem is that Power Heater only accelerates basic fire energy. This is not a basic fire energy, so it wouldn't work. I suppose the one thing it would do is it would allow fire decks to tech in Tapu Fini, get a water-type attacker in there, but it's really not the most efficient of water-type attackers. I suppose you could even play something like the Araquanid from Sun and Moon, so that those grass decks would be able to play a water Pokemon to ward off the fire decks, without having to play fire energy because they could play the combined fire, water, grass energy. That would be one option. The other thing this allows you to do is tech in the new Pheromosa GX, which has the phenomenal attack just for 1 grass energy. It does 30 damage, but it allows you to do it on the first turn of the game, getting a 1-hit KO on something like a Froakie or a Staryu, etc. It's got niche uses. But sooner or later, you've got to imagine that there's going to be somebody who comes up with a deck of this combination where this works beautifully. The other option we've got is Metal, Psychic, Lightning, and to be honest, and this might just be due to my recent Registeel obsession, but my first thought here was Registeel Garbodor. You would be then able to use Registeel's attack to do 30 damage and accelerate energy, but then you'd be able to use Garbodor's Trash Avalanche all using the same type of energy. It would also allow people to tech in a Xurkitree GX into their deck for the rather good GX attack that allows you to take a card from your opponent's hand and put it down as a 7th prize card, which not only gives them 1 more prize card that they've got to take to win the game, but it also means that you get to slow them down by picking a particular card from their hand and making sure they don't have it for the following turns. Of course, the fact that you've got so few types, you've only got 3 types per energy, means that it doesn't work something like a Kommo-o GX, for instance. Now, it's not a card that I'm a particular fan of, although yes, I know I lost to it on stream with Persimmon. But this has a combination of lightning and fighting energy. Well, they're not on the same one, which is really quite upsetting. You could take something like, for instance, Dragonite from Sun and Moon that I was a fair fan of with double dragon energy. Problem is that this one runs on a combination of grass and lightning energy, which isn't particularly great. And just so we're clear, even if it was every energy, it wouldn't be as good as Double Dragon, because Double Dragon was any 2 energy. And seriously, while we're here, if any of these dragons are going to be viable in the near future, we are going to have a reprint of Double Dragon energy, because at the moment they just aren't viable, because we don't have Double Dragon energy. Thing is, there's a whole bunch of issues with playing cards like this. There's a whole bunch of stuff that it just can't work in. Things like Max Elixir that allows you to look at the top 6 cards of your deck, attach a basic energy you find there to your bench basic Pokemon. Cannot be used because this is a special energy. Similarly, things like Registeel and Silvally that allow you to attach basic energies from your discard to your Pokemon don't work. Metagross's ability that allows you to accelerate a Psychic or a Metal energy from your discard to your active doesn't work. Gardevoir's ability allowing you to attach a basic fairy from your hand to your Pokemon doesn't work. Volcanion, both in terms of the baby Volcanion, Haynek, that allows you to accelerate a fire energy from your discard, or Volcanion EX, which makes your basic fire Pokemon do an extra 30 damage, that can't be used. My point here is very simple. Special energy have to be really good, because basic energy work in so many different ways. All of these cards I've just mentioned work on basic energy, but basic energy is not very adaptive, so you get to do more things with it, but it's just one basic energy. Something like these new blend energies need to come in and really provide something different in order to see a lot of play. And because it's only picking from 3 different energy, I'm really not convinced these energies actually do that. Let's not forget that we've still got Rainbow Energy. Rainbow Energy is like these new blend energies, except, oh wait a moment, it can be any type of energy you like. Now you have to take a damage counter for doing so, and that's a bit of an issue, but it gives you so many more options. Let's take something like Garbodor Golisopod. It got second at the World Championships. It's still a good deck nowadays. Golisopod needs grass energy. Garbodor needs psychic energy. Well, that's a pain, because Firewater Grass is on one, Metal Psychic Lightning is on another, so we got grass on one, we got psychic on another. There is no way that you are going to be playing this kind of blend energy in a deck like Golisopod Garbodor. And as much as taking a damage counter can sometimes be a big pain, it can actually allow you to use Ace Roller to pick up one of your Pokemon, because you can only pick up Pokemon with Ace Roller when they're damaged. Now, I'll give you one example of when this is particularly prominent. The Rainbow Energy on Buzzwole is rubbish, because let's take a Garbodor. If you've played 3 items, Garbodor does 60 damage. Add a Choice Band, it does 90 damage, doubled it does 180, but Buzzwole's got 190, so it can survive and it's fine. But if you've had to play a Rainbow Energy on that Buzzwole, and over PTCGO in the past few days, I've seen a whole bunch of people playing Rainbow Energy with Buzzwole, well, all of a sudden, you take that damage counter, and then you've got 190 and you get KO'd. But then again, Buzzwole is generally played with stuff like Zoroark. Well, fighting is probably going to be on Dark and Fairy, so maybe with Zoroark it would work. But sometimes it's played with Garbodor, and it's going to be Metal Psychic Lightning, which is an issue because fighting's going to be on another one. I know fighting Dark Fairy isn't confirmed as a new energy, but it's going to happen. It makes way too much sense not to. And let's face it, if you're playing a non-GX deck nowadays, you've got counter energy. This provides 2 of any energy when it's on a non-EX, non-GX and you're behind on prizes. And there's no damage counter or anything like that, so as long as you're behind on prizes and playing a non-EX, non-GX, this is way better than these new blend energies. And the other big problem we've got is that there's a lot of special energy hate around at the moment. We've got Enhanced Hammer, which instantly discards a special energy. We've got Kartanas, whose ability does the same thing. We've got Drampa, who for a single energy does 20 and discards a special energy. And although it's not seeing a lot of play at the moment, we've still got the promo Jirachi that does 10 damage, discards a special energy, and gains immunity by doing so. Special energy is vulnerable nowadays, ladies and gentlemen. There is a very good chance that at some point in the near future, we're going to get a deck that revolves around water and fire Pokemon, in which case these new energy become phenomenal. But unless that happens, I just don't see these energies seeing a huge amount of play. In a format where we've already got rainbow energy and counter energy, I'm just not buying them that much. I'd love to be wrong, and maybe a deck will come around that will prove me wrong, but until that happens, I'm going to have to give these between 2 and 3 Wossies. Because to be perfectly honest, ladies and gentlemen, I just don't think they're amazing. Right deck, yes. Overall, we've got better options. But as always, if you want to argue with me, that's what the comment section is there for. Go nuts! Be nice. If you've got an example of a deck that would really want to use one of these, I would love to hear it. Make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, follow me on Twitter at @TheWossie, and Twitch for some live action at twitch.tv/PTCGRadio. If you want to support the channel, you can do so at patreon.com/PTCGRadio. And we've now got enough people that there's going to be weekly bonus pods, so go over there and check it out. But by far the most important thing, as always, is to look after yourselves until next time. Thank you very much for watching. My name's Ross, and you've been watching PTCG Radio.